All right. And we're live. Sorry about that. Like, I didn't notice this, but as soon as the live started, there was some kind of lint on me there. Some kind of, yeah. So, anyway, um, forgive me about that. And also forgive me for being so late with this. We're about to start the Bible reading, which apparently is now in the morning. Well, early in the morning. It was meant to at least be at the latest kind of around midnight at least, because like I said, I had to work. I work last night there. Well, got off around like 7 o'clock actually, but yeah, I was intending, as soon as I, ate and everything, got settled in, to come in here, and do my thing with my Bible reading. But yeah, like I say, kind of, say, yeah, kind of say, let's think something kind of happened there. So anyway, we're here now, and we're going to do this. Say early in the morning here, and then go off and take care of other stuff after this. But yeah, we're gonna. Like I say, I definitely did not want to let this go by, because I did say I was going to come back to this. All right, so in the last Bible reading, we had read about Gideon, and here it looks like we're about to go into Abimelech. Abimelech, yes. According to what I've looked up before starting this, look like it's Abimelech is actually Gideon's son, from one of his concubines. Anybody that doesn't know what concubines is from, I'm pretty sure it's been mentioned in some of the previous Bible readings, but concubines pretty much is like women on the side there. Um, so yeah, it'd be like, you have your a guy would have his wife, and then he'd have a concubine. Yeah, yeah. Matter of fact, I think if I'm not mistaken, one of the Disney movies, Mulan, mentioned about that there, about concubines. So yeah, that was a thing. Yeah. So yeah, so looks like doesn't look like Abimelech has a very good doesn't look like he have a very good reputation from what I looked up on him. I mean, I'm about to go into this, and you're about to find out. So chapter 9, Abimelech's conspiracy. Now Abimelech, the son of Jeroboam, went to Shechem to his mother's relatives and said to them, and the whole clan of his mother's family, say in the ears of all the leaders of Shechem, which is better for you, that all 70 of the sons of Jeroboam rule over you. Say, wait, it say the son of Jeroboam. Okay. And his mother's, so anyway, his mother's relatives spoke all these words on behalf in the ears of all the leaders of Shechem, and their hearts inclined to follow Abimelech, for they say he is our brother, and they gave him 70 pieces of silver out of the house of Baalberith, which which Abimelech hired worthless and reckless fellows who followed him. And he said to his father's house at Ophrah, and killed his brothers and sons of Gibral. Oh boy, 70 men on one stone. But Jutam, the youngest son of Gibral, was left, for he hid himself. Yeah, he said, I ain't getting myself killed there. And the leaders of Shechem came together, and all of Beth Milah, and they went and made Abimelech king by the oak of the pillar at Shechem. When it was told to Jotham, he went and stood up top of Mount Gizim and cried out loud, listen to me, you leaders of Shechem. that God may listen to you. The trees once went out to anoint a king over them. They said to the olive tree, reign over us. The olive tree said to them, shall I leave my abundance by which the gods and men are honored and go hold sway over the trees? And the trees said to the fig tree, you come and reign over us. Mm. But the fig tree said to all the fig tree said to him, shall I leave my sweetness and my good fruit to go hold sway over the trees? And the trees said to the vine, you come reign over us. But the vine said to them, shall I leave my wine that cheers God and men and go hold over as a men God and men and go hold sway over the trees? And then all the trees, and if in good faith you are anointing me king over you, then come and take refuge in my shade. But if not, let fire come out of the gravel and devour the cedars of Lebanon. Now, therefore, if you acted in good faith and integrity when you made Abimelech king, and if you dealt with Gibral and his house, and have done to him as as you from the hand of Midian, and have risen up against my father's house this day, and I have killed his sons 70 men with one stone, and have made Abimelech, the son of his female servant, king of the leaders of Shechem, because he is your relative. If you then have acted in good faith and integrity with Jezreel and with his house this day, then rejoice in Abimelech, and let him also rejoice in you. But if not, let fire come out from the leaders of Shechem, from Bethlehem, and devour Abimelech. And Jotham ran away and fled and went to Beer and lived there because of Abimelech his brother. And the downfall of Abimelech, it ain't lasted too long. And okay, hold on. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I saw a little something on my glasses there. I didn't want that to get in my eye. Yeah. Okay. Okay, it look like I got it. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I kept noticing it out the corner of my eye there. That's what it was. One thing that light kind of reveals a lot there. Abimelech ruled over Israel 3 years, and God sent an evil spirit between Abimelech and the leaders of Shechem, and the leaders of Shechem dealt treacherously with Abimelech. Abimelech and the violence done to the 70 sons of Jezreel might come that their blood be laid on Abimelech, their brother, who killed them. It almost sounds like Cain and Abel. And the leaders of Shechem put the men in ambush against him on the mountaintops, and they robbed all who passed by them along the way. And it was told that Abimelech and Gal, the son of Eber, moved to Shechem with his relatives and the leaders of Shechem, and put confidence in him and And they went out into the field and gathered the grapes from their vineyards, and trod them, held a festival, and they went into the house of their God and ate and drank and reviled. They reviled Abimelech. Gal, the son of Ebed, said, who is Abimelech? Who are we of Shechem that we should serve him? Is he not the son of Jeroboam? Is not Ziba, his officer, served the men of Hamor, the father of Shechem. But why should we serve him? Would that this people we were under my hand, then I would remove Abimelech. I would say to Abimelech, increase your army and come out. Then Ziba, the ruler of the city, heard the words of Gad and the son of Eber. His anger was kindled, and he sent messengers to Abimelech secretly, saying, behold, Gad, the son of Eber, and his relatives have come to Shechem. Are they stirring up the city against you? Now therefore go by night, you and the people who are with you, and set an ambush in the field. And then in the morning, as soon as the sun is up, rise early and rise upon the city. And when he's and the people who are with him come out against you, you may do to them as your hand finds to do. And so Abimelech and all the men who were with him rose by night, set up an ambush against Shechem and four companies. And Abimelech, the people who were with him, arose from the ambush. And when Gal saw the people, when he saw the people, he said to Zibble, look, people are coming down from the mountaintops. And Zibble said to him, you mistake the shadow of the mountains for the men. Gal spoke again and said, look, people are coming down from the center of the land, and the one company is coming from the direction of the diviner's oak. Then Zebul said to him, where is your mouth now? You who said, who is Abimelech, that we should serve him? Are these not the people who you despise? Go out now and fight with them. Gal went out at the head of the leaders of Shechem and fought with Abimelech. Abimelech chased him and fled before him, and many fell wounded. They fell wounded upon the entrance of the gate, and Abimelech lived at Arumah. And Ziba drove out Gad and his relatives so that they could not dwell at Shechem. On the following day, that the people went out into the field, and Abimelech was told, he took his people and divided them into three companies and set an ambush in the fields and looked and saw the people coming out of the city, and he rose again against them and killed them. Abimelech and his company that was with him rushed forward and stood at the entrance of the gate of the city, while two companies rushed upon all who were in the field and killed them. Abimelech fought against the city and that all that day and captured the city and killed the people who were in it. He razed the city, and so it was salt. And the leaders of the tower of Shechem heard of it, entered the stronghold of the house of Abirah. Abimelech was told that all the leaders of the tower of Shechem were gathered together. And Abimelech went to the Mount Zalmon, and all the people who were with him. Abimelech took an axe in his hand and cut the men who were with him. Ooh, boy. And the men who were with him, what have you seen me do? Hurry and do as I have done. So every one of the people cut down his bundle following Abimelech and put against it put against the men who were they put against the stronghold, and they set the stronghold on fire over them. But all the people of the tower of Shechem also died, about 1,000 men and women. And Abimelech went to the Tibiz and camped against Tibiz and captured it. But there was a strong tower within the city, and all the men and women of all the leaders of the city fled and shut themselves in. They went to the roof of the tower, and Abimelech came to the tower and fought against it. drew near to the door of the tower to burn it with fire, and a certain woman threw up an upper milestone on Abimelech's head, said to him, "Draw your sword and kill me, lest they say of me, a woman killed him." And this young man thrust him, okay, as the young man thrust him through, he died. And when the men of Israel saw Abimelech was dead, he departed to his home. Thus, God returned the evil of Abimelech, which he had committed against his father by killing his 70 brothers. And God also made all the evil of the men of Shechem return on their heads upon them, the curse of Jotham, the son of Jeroboam. Yeah, boy. Now, so that was kind of a short-lived reign of Abimelech here. And now we go into chapter 10, Tolar and Jerar. After Abimelech there arose to save Israel, Tolar, the son of Pu, of Puah, Puah, son of Dodo, the Dodo, a man of Issachar, and lived at Shemar, the hill country of Ephraim, which he judged Israel for 23 years and died and was burned in Shemar. After him arose Jar the Gileadite, who judged Israel for 22 years. He had 30 sons who rode on 30 donkeys and had 30 cities called Habajar to this day, and which are in the land of Gilead. John died and was buried in Kaman. And then, of course, there's more disobedience and oppression. When the people of Israel did again what was evil in the sight of the Lord and served the Baals and Ashtaroth, the gods of Syria, gods of Sidon, and the gods of Moab, the gods of the Amorites, and the gods of the Philistines, and forsook they forsook the Lord and did not serve him. So the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel. He sold them into the hands of the Philistines and into the hand of the Amorites, and they crushed and oppressed the people of Israel that year. For 18 years, they oppressed the people of Israel who were beyond the Jordan in the land of the Amorites, which is in Gilead. The Amorites crossed the Jordan to fight against Judea and against Benjamin, against the house of Ephraim, so that Israel was severely distressed. And the people of Israel cried out to the Lord, saying, "We have sinned against you, we have forsaken our God and served the Baals." But the Lord said to the people of Israel, "Did I not save you from the Egyptians, from the Amorites, from the Amorites and from the Philistines, the Sidonians also, and the Amalekites, and the Moabites that oppressed you? And you cried out to me, and I saved you out of their hand. Yet you have forsaken me and served other gods. Therefore I will save you no more. Go and cry out to the gods whom you have chosen. Let them save you in your time of distress." And the people of Israel said to the Lord, "We have sinned. Do to us whatever seems good to you. Please, but only please deliver us this day." So they put away the foreign gods among them and served the Lord. And he became impatient over the misery of Israel. The Amorites were called to arms, and they encamped in Gilead. And the people of Israel came together, and they encamped in Mizpah. The people of the leaders of Gilead said to one another, "Who is the man who will begin to fight against the Amorites, who should be the head over the inhabitants of Gilead?" And now in chapter 11, looks like we find out the answer with Jephthah delivers Israel. Now Jephthah was a Gilite, a mighty warrior and the son, but he was the son of a prostitute. Oh boy, Gilead. Let's see, yeah, say, a lot of times these type situations, yeah, it was kind of from the society, from a lot of society would be like, so prostitute. Gilead was the father of Jipram, and Gilead's wife also bore him sons. And when his wife's sons grew up, they drove Jephthah out and said to him, "You shall not have the inheritance of our father's house. You are the son of another woman." And Jephthah fled from his brothers and lived in the land of Toba. Worthless fellows collected around Jephthah and went out with him. Okay, making sure I ain't skipping no page. After that time, the Amorites made war against Israel. And when the Amorites made war against Israel, the elders of Gilead went to Jephthah from the land of the Amorites. But Jephthah said to the elders of Gilead, "Did you not hate and drive me out of my father's house? Why have you come to me now when you are distressed?" And the elders of Gilead said to Jephthah, "That is why we turn to you now, that you may go and fight against the Amorites and be our head and the inhabitants of Gilead. Y'all kick me out now. Y'all want me to come over here and help you." Hmm. Sounds like something a lot of us do in today's time. And this it would be all, yeah, like you say, and some I've experienced this to like, say, now be by now it's a they don't want they don't be wanting Gabe to be around. Then all of a sudden like, Gabe, buddy, amigo, brother, we need you. So, hmm, yeah, when you need me, yeah, okay, I'm important now. So, like you say, why? Say, yeah, why have you come? Why you coming to me now? Yeah, you can kick me out of your. Say, I'm supposed to be your brother. You kick me now you want me now. So Jephthah said to the elders of Gilead, "If you bring me home again to fight the Amorites, and the Lord gives them over to me, I will be your head." The elders of Gilead said to Jephthah, "The Lord will be the witness." And the people made him the head and leader over. Jephthah spoke all these words before the Lord at Mizpah. Jephthah sent messengers to the king of the Amorites and said, "What do you say? Say, what do you have against me that you have come to me to fight against my land?" The king of the Amorites answered the messengers of Jephthah, "Because Israel is coming up from Egypt, because Israel, on coming up from Egypt, took away my land from the Aron to the Jabbok of the Jordan. Now, therefore, restore it peacefully." Jephthah again sent messengers to the king of the Amorites and said to him, "Thus says Jephthah, Israel did not take away the land of Moab or the land of the Amorites, but when they came up out of Egypt, Israel went through the wilderness to the Red Sea and came to Kadesh. Israel sent messengers to the king of Edom and said, 'Please let us pass through your land.' But the king of Edom did not listen. Said, Please, and they sent also the king of Moab, but he would not consent. So Israel remained at Kadesh. Then they journeyed through the wilderness and went through the land of Edom and the land of Moab and arrived on the east side of the land of Moab and camped on the other side of Aram. They did not enter the territory of Moab, and for the Aram was the boundary of Moab. Israel then sent, messengers to Sihon, the king of the Amorites, the king of Heshbon. Israel said, "Please let us pass through your land to our country." But Sihon did not trust Israel to pass. So Sihon gathered all his people together and encamped in Jahaz and fought with Israel. The Lord, the God of Israel, gave Sihon to all his people into the hand of Israel. They defeated him, so Israel took possession of the land of the Amorites who inhabited that country. That and they took possession of all the territory from the Amorites, from the Aron to the Jabbok, from the wilderness of Jordan. So then the Lord, the God of Israel, dispossessed the Amorites from before his people Israel. And are you to take possession of them? Will you not possess what Shamash, your God, gives you to possess? And all that Lord our God has dispossessed before us, we, we will possess. Now are you any better than Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab? Did he ever contend against Israel, or did he ever go to war with them while Israel lived in Heshbon and its villages, in Arah and its villagers, and in all the cities that were the banks of Arah 300 years? Why did you not deliver them within that time? Therefore I have not sinned against you, and you do me wrong and the people of Ammon. But the king of the Amorites did not listen to the words of Jephthah as he sent them home. And then his tragic vow, the Spirit of the Lord was upon Jephthah as he passed through Gilead and Manasseh, and passed to Mespeth, from to Gilead, Mespeth to Gilead. He passed on to the Amorites, and Jephthah made a vow to the Lord and said, if you will give the Amorites into my hand, then therefore say, give in my hand, then what? Oh, yeah, and you give them into my hand, then whatever comes out of the doors of my house to meet me when I return, say, I return in peace from the Amorites, and the shall be the Lord's, and I will offer it up for a burnt offering. Jephthah crossed over the Amorites to fight against them, and the Lord gave them into his hands and struck them in honor to the neighborhood of many 20 cities, as far as the as far as Abel Karam, with a great blow. So the Amorites were subdued before the people of Israel. Jephthah came to his house at Memphis. Behold, his daughter came out to meet him with tamarines and dances. She was his only child. Besides her, he had neither son nor daughter. And as soon as he saw her, he tore his clothes. Oh, as soon as he wait, let me read that again. As soon as he saw her, he tore his clothes and said, "Alas, my daughter, you have brought me very low. I have become, and you have become the cause of great trouble for me. For I have opened my mouth to the Lord, and I cannot take back. I cannot take back my vow." And she said to him, "My father, you have opened your mouth to the Lord. Do to me according to what has gone out of your mouth, and the Lord that has avenged you on your enemies of the Amorites." So she said to her father, "Let this thing be done. Leave me alone for 2 months, that I may go up and down the mountains and weep for my virginity and my companions." And he said, "Go." He sent her away for 2 months. She departed, her and her companions. They wept for her virginity on the mountains. At the end of the 2 months, she returned to her father, who did with her according to his vow that he had made. She had never known a man, and it became custom in Israel that the daughters of Israel went year by year to Limit, the daughter of Japan, the Gileadite, 4 days in a year. And the last chapter we're going to read for tonight is chapter 12, some conflict with Ephraim. The men of Ephraim were called to arms, and they crossed to Zippah, and said to Jephthah, why did you cross the fight against the Amorites, and did not call did not call us to go with you? And why saying, we will burn your house open with fire. Jephthah said to them, I and my people had great discipline. Say, my people had, they thought, when they thought, and my people had a great dispute with the Amorites. When I called you, you did not save them from their hands. When I saw that you would not save me, say, and took my life in my hand and crossed over the Amorites, the Lord gave them into my hand. So why then have you come to me to fight to this day to fight against me? Then Jephthah gathered the men of Elad and fought with Ephraim. They the men and fought. Okay, wait. They fought. Oh yeah, fought with Ephraim. The men of Gilead struck Ephraim because they say you are a fugitive of Ephraim. You Goliath in the midst of Ephraim and Manasseh, and the Goliaths captured the fords of the Jordan against the Amorites when they went when any of the fugitives of Ephraim said, let me go over to him. Sabbath, then say Shiba. And he said Shiba. He could not pronounce it right. That's what he was saying. Shibboleth. Said Jephthah judged over Israel for judged over. Let me say judged over. Oh God, I cannot pronounce it. At that Jephthah judged over Israel 6 years, and Jephthah the Gilead died and was buried in the city of Gilead. After him, Ibzan of Bethlehem judged them. Had 30 sons, 30 daughters. Wow, that's a lot. It gave in marriage outside the clan, and 30 daughters he brought in from outside for his sons. And he judged Israel for 7 years. And after him, say okay, wait, but 30 judge Israel for 7 years. Yeah, 7 years. Okay, I read that wrong. Then Isabel died and was buried in Bethlehem. After him, Elon, the Zibonite, judged Israel. He judged Israel for 10 years. Elon, the Zibonite, died and was buried at Ajalon, the land of Zebulun. After him, Adon, the son of Hela, the Pharaonite, judged Israel and had 40 sons, 30 grandsons, who rode on 7 donkeys, and he judged Israel 8 years. And Eban, the son of Pithom, died and was buried at Pithom in the land of Ephraim, in the hill country of the Amorites. So, all right, so we stop there, because that means next time we go into our next Bible read, Samson's gonna make his entrance there. So yeah, gonna be prepared for that there. So, but like I said, yeah, make sure y'all definitely like, share, and subscribe, and definitely get our available books and support us on Patreon, just like the Iceman Universe does. And be sure to also support the Miracle Crew, King Gabe, Queen Tina, Big Sis Casey, Janara Nellens, and EJ the Supreme. And also definitely, just like you hang out with us on the live stream, also hang out with us on Facebook and on Discord. And let's tell each other some stuff on that McCary app. And without further ado, we will see y'all in the next video or live stream. Y'all take care, everybody. Peace out.